Hello my beautiful Scorpio placements, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dee. So we're just going to look into general energy today, see what messages spirit has for us. Remember, energy is fluid. This could be past, present, or future energy. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't try to force the story to fit your narrative, okay? So as I was shuffling for your energy, I get channel messages as I do that, so I just like to share them in the beginning of each reading. I was getting overindulgence in something. You guys could be eating a lot of fast food, drinking too much soda, going clubbing, on social media too much. You might need to take a social media break, stuff like that. So it feels like spirit is saying, like, you might be using those things to distract yourself of something. So kind of take a step back, maybe meditate, maybe go for a walk in the park or something like that. Transmute that energy into something helpful and useful for yourself. It's also what I'm getting. I'm also getting you might be trying to distract yourself from like messaging someone. And this could be, vice versa energy. This could be someone in your energy. Because I was getting like somebody messaging you on something super random, like randomly finding your email, you never gave it to them, maybe like a Discord chat or something like that. I don't even know how Discord works. So when that message came to me, I was like, okay. Just like maybe you have them blocked on social media or from your phone in somehow, some way, or like something totally random, like something that you probably don't even use that often. They found like your Tumblr account or something and they message you through there. Or maybe you found someone's Tumblr account and you barely use your Tumblr. Maybe you check your Tumblr like once or twice a month and you randomly found them on there and you have the urge to message them. But I was more so getting that for somebody else wanting to do that for you, so kind of be mindful of that. But those were the channel messages I got today. Follow with shuffling for your energy. We'll see if they resonate at all in your reading. So let's get into it. Spirit, angels, essence, guides, good and guide. Energy to this reading. Scorpio placements. Please give me the energy surrounding Scorpio placement, spirit. Thank you. If I you guys always get chaos, and I swear if I flip this and I see chaos, I'm gonna lose it. It never fails. Water signs, you guys always get chaos. So we have invisible number 16 and chaos number 9. It never fails. Cancer didn't get it this time. I'm gonna see if Pisces get it. Sorry for the glare, guys. It never fails. Water signs always get chaos on my channel. I don't know why. The brown is getting to me. We have denial and obedience. This does come out that came out for Cancer too. Obedience. The fledgling number 1. On the bottom we have trapped. Cancer had that too, so maybe I have heavy Cancer placements and you need to watch that reading possibly. Cancer's reading was definitely about being more connected to the divine and trusting the divine. So maybe you're having like a hard time with that right now. That trusting that everything is coming towards you as it's supposed to. But let's see where the tarot takes us. Please give me the energy. Please give me clear honest messages for Scorpio. For the highest good spirit. Clear honest messages for Scorpio's highest good spirit. Thank you. I have the King of Cups. The 6 of Wands. Ten of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles. The 8 of Wands. On the bottom we have the 4 of Cups. Why does it feel like You think something has passed you by, but I don't think it has. It's just delayed. Look at that, the King and Queen of Cups. Four of Cups, Knight of Wands reverse, Nine of Cups reverse, Queen of Cups, Strength, Leo energy, and the Eight of Cups. You think something passed you by, but that's an old thought process. It's like an old coping mechanism or something like that. That's the energy that I'm getting. It hasn't really passed you. It just hasn't gotten to you yet. It's delayed. Knight of Pentacles on the break. I love when I'm about to say something and stuff like that happens. But yes, it's the Knight of Pentacles. It hasn't gotten to you yet. It's not a missed opportunity. It's just delayed for some reason. And it could be your thought process. It could be that you're stuck in some type of, like the Eight of Swords energy. That's what it feels like. Trapped in your mind, overthinking, and knowing that you could get out of that space if you just believe in yourself. So yeah, you guys might need to watch that Cancer reading. There might be something that resonates for you there. Spirit, please clarify the Eight of Wands reverse. Thank you. The star almost fell out, guys. Whew. Seven of Swords reverse. Yeah. Getting out of your head. No lying to yourself. No telling yourself false, like, what's the word I'm looking for? False truths. It's not the word I'm looking for. I can't think of it right now. Ace of Cups reverse. The Emperor. The Eight of Swords. What did I just say? The Lovers on the bottom of the deck. There's like I said, an old coping mechanism, the way that you dealt with things. It's still hindering you in some way, so it's delaying your manifestations. It's delaying what's meant for you. Because you're stuck in this old habit of something that's not meant for you, something that's not aligning, and you know, and you see it, and you know that you need to detach and choose yourself. This is literally the devil and the angel. There's an angel on this card, it's a devil on this card, and Spirit is telling you to trust in that and choose love in yourself and everything that you're meant to do. There's some old way of thinking, and it has to do with your emotions, because you're a water sign, but you have the Ace of Cups, you have the Two of Cups, you have the Four of Cups here. Like, you have all these emotional cards here. It feels like you have so much to give, and a part of you feels like you can't give it for some reason. And I feel like this is very like clear as day, like you know this and you see this and you know the choice that you need to make, but there's still something hindering you. It's the thought process. You have the 7 to the 8 of Swords, so you're slowly getting yourself out of it. And you also have the 10 of Swords in your challenge. Right now, this is about self-love and self-worth. You're holding yourself back from being seen. That's why Invisible came out first. Spirit, please clarify the King of Cups. Ooh, thank you. It's like you need to step into that Emperor energy, that divine masculine. The 9 of Pentacles reverse. The Hangman Pisces energy. King of Cups reverse. 6 of Pentacles reverse. Ace of Wands. Strength, Temperance, Leo. Almost said Virgo. Are you dealing with Virgo? Leo, Sagittarius energy. 5 of Pentacles. 9 of Wands, 5 of Cups. You're afraid to give to something. You're afraid that it's going to disappoint you. I feel like fighting my demons, like it's hard for you to kind of just like get out of this mindset of things aren't going to work out. I can't pour my love into this because I have a fear that if I pour my love into this, it's not going to get back to me the way I deserve. Spirit wants you to change your perspective on that. I feel like you're just so used to being breadcrumb that when something good comes in, you think it's a selfish energy. And that's an old way of thinking. You're not in that vibration anymore. And it's like with this Emperor, I left it sideways because it came out sideways. It's like you're teeter-tottering on that, balancing your divine masculine energy. We all have divine feminine and masculine energy. And your pre-Empress energy is in the reverse. So it's like you are going back and forth into balancing this out for yourself. You're still in a pace of ego with that Six of Wands in reverse, because I'm not getting the past couple readings I kept getting energy outside of you guys for all the signs, but the past like few readings it's just been about you. For every sign that I've done recently, it's just the energy of you and what you're stuck in and what you need to look at and go within for yourself. And this feels like you're learning how to love. You're learning where to put your love, where to put your emotion in, but at the same time you're hindering yourself. There's still like this last lesson, this last box you have to check off. You have to change your perspective on how you give and receive love, the things that you say to yourself, because the things that we think, the things that we imagine, sometimes we subconsciously manifest those things, because it's like Spirit is trying to get you another, give you another lesson to see, right? It feels like living in disappointment when you know you don't have to live there anymore, when you know you've progressed, when you know you've grown from that specific ideal, from that specific version of yourself. Maybe something came in for you recently and it's kind of like reviewing the lesson that you learned already. Like Spirit testing you, like, did you really learn the lesson? Or do you have to go through this again? And I'm hoping that you guys choose with that Queen of Pentacles as your potential outcome to do it differently than you have in the past. I hope I'm making sense. I really do. It's an old way of thinking that needs to be let go of, pretty much. Don't live in disappointment. Don't live in disappointment before something even has a chance to start or get off the ground. Be confident that things are going to go in the right direction. Alright, Six of Wands in the reverse, Spirit, for the energy surrounding. Thank you. I'm telling you, it's something that is past energy. It feels like something you already dealt with. And for some reason, in this moment in time, you're stuck in that energy. Queen of Pentacles reverse. The World, fixed eye energy, which is you, and the Queen of Wands reverse. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. I'm telling you, you have to close out the way that you're processing this energy. Whatever the situation is for you and what you're dealing with. You don't have to keep anybody or keep any type of energy in your life that's not bringing you some type of peace, stability, abundance. Like I said, I feel like you see the situation as clear as day. You know what to do, but you're hindering yourself with past belief and past thoughts. You're being heavily guarded over something when in reality you could cut it off. You don't have to forgive. You don't have to accept this. You could let it go with peace and love and dignity. And you know, you don't have to, if you did things in a way where you were always argumentative or you were always silent, you always overgave, you don't have to live in that space anymore. That's not the version of yourself that you are now. This is something that is coming from ego. It also feels like something that's just like so boring to you now. Like living that way is so boring to you now. Like it used to be exciting for you, like instant gratification, but it's not that anymore, and it's time to close out that chapter. So maybe it's like an old friend came back into your life, an old friend that you used to like party with. Remember I said something about overindulgence in the beginning? Somebody used to party with, go drinking with, you know, a friend that you did specific things with, and maybe you ran into them and you tried to get into those things again, and when you got in the middle of that situation, you were kind of like, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this? I don't do these things anymore. I've outgrown the situation. You know, it's that type of energy. And it's like, this would have satisfied you a year or two ago, but in this energy that you are in now, it's not. And it feels like kind of going back to something that you know you've outgrown, going back to a thought process, going back to a way you used to deal with things. It feels like you feel like you have to be in that energy, or like you have to match somebody's energy or something like that. You don't have to do that anymore. You are a different person. I feel like this King of Cups and this Queen of Pentacles is you balancing out, finding not the hardness, but the sustainability, and then the softness with the feminine and the masculine. The masculine side of your emotions, the feminine side of your abundance, your practicality, your stability. That's what it feels like you're balancing out right now. You don't have to be living that old way. You don't have to go back and do things that way. You don't have to be that old version of yourself to deal with this situation. So it's like, if you feel like you have to do something not to miss out on something, if you feel like you have to do something a specific way so you don't miss out, you learned that lesson. You dealt with that energy. You dealt with how to do that moving forward, and now you know a new way. So don't think you have to revert to an old version of yourself for it to come in. If you were like a scammer or something, and there's something that you really want, you feel like you gotta scam again, you don't have to, because you found a new legit way to have that come to you. It just feels like not going back to an old way of thinking, old way of living. That's what it feels like. Like I said, I really hope I'm making sense to you guys. Alright, in your challenge, you have the Ten of Swords. Spirit, please clarify this for me. Look at that, 10-10. 10 of Cups reverse. Two of Wands. Justice in reverse, Libra energy. Six of Wands, Queen of Swords. This is definitely you dealing with the pain of the past and coming up with a new way to balance this energy out. Because you look at it as something that's missed, or you look at it as something that is boring now when you're so used to living in conflict, and it's like it's time to make a decision to cut that way of thinking out and move on to something else. You have to choose to be more balanced. You have to choose the happiness that you seek. You have to choose to look at this from a different perspective, because the way you dealt with it in the past no longer works for you. Like, you're on guard. You're constantly like in this hostile energy. I've said the word hostile so many times today, but that's the energy it is. And it's like, this is some type of karmic debt for you with that Justice in reversed verse. I can't talk today either, Jesus. It's an old dynamic, and it's so disconnected. You could have saw it growing up. Maybe your parental figures, your maternal figures, they dealt with it in that way. So then you grew up dealing with it in that way, and then you realize that way just doesn't work for you anymore. This is about fulfilling your karmic debt and finding that success in a different way, transmuting that energy. Remember how I said with the overindulgence, transmuting that energy into something else, something positive, going for walks, writing, journaling, pulling cards, if you're into, you know, if you actually read tarot, writing a book, talking to your friends, you know, something that works for you in a positive way. The way, like I said earlier with the scamming, you found a new and legit way to get your money, right? It feels like transmuting that energy into something more positive, something that's helpful, because you're going to find some success in it, but you have to make the choice to do that. Don't think that you have to stay in the old way because it worked that way before. It's not working that way now. So it's time for you to make a clear decision on it. It really feels like transmuting that negative energy into something else. It's not a missed opportunity. It's not boring. It's just more stable. It's just more practical. And it's more emotionally fulfilling for you. Alright, in your potential outcome, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Spirit, please clarify the Queen of Pentacles for me. Thank you for all your messages today. Queen of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. The Moon, Cancer, Pisces energy. The Knight of Swords. The Seven of Cups reverse. The Three of Swords reverse. The Eight of Pentacles, the Sun, the High Priestess, Pisces energy. Two of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Ooh, look at that. Death, your energy. Why am I adding like, does somebody have a lisp when they talk? Because that's what it feels like I'm doing. I see you listening to your intuition and knowing that this isn't for you anymore, the way you used to do things. I kind of see you rushing the process a little bit with the Knight of Swords in reverse, but don't, you know, take your time. Look at everything clearly. But you're healing and seeing what didn't work anymore. You're taking your time and you're moving forward. Just like, it's like you're rushing, but at the same time, it's like Spirit is saying, take your time. You don't have to rush into anything. It feels like you're looking for a thrill almost. Yeah. You're getting out of your head. You're getting out of that self-sabotage energy, that fear, that lying to yourself that you have to do something. I feel peace when I look at this Queen of Pentacles. It feels like you're in a more peaceful place. You're healing these parts of you and rejecting that what doesn't bring you the peace that you've been looking for. So this is definitely about like when you live in survival mode pretty much, and you feel like you have to drive your sports car like 120 miles per hour just to get a thrill or something like that. But now things are a little bit mundane, you know? You turned in your sports car for, I don't know, a SUV or something like that. You're calming down. Advice for Scorpio? Advice? Queen of Swords. Five of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Five of Cups. Nine of Cups. Six of Swords. The World. Yes! I love it. You're transmuting the energy into something positive, into something more fulfilling. No more battling yourself. Look at that. That's you. You transmuted the energy. You're settling this karmic debt once and for all. You're healing it. Your wish fulfillment is a little delayed right now because you still have a lot of work to do. But you're closing out this chapter. You're healing. You're looking at what's ego. And you're literally transmuting it. Like I said, yeah, you're getting out of your head. You're getting out of your head. I love to see it, Scorpio. For real, I really do. Spirit is saying to truly transmute this energy into something positive. Advice for Scorpio, Spirit, advice. I see you doing it. When I ask for advice and I say the advice like that, I see you doing it. I see you making that decision. Oh, you have 2. You got the love. Handarian energy, codependency, boundaries. That wasn't you. Who had the Queen of Cups in reverse? Was that Cancers? Cancer had that. So you might have to watch it. Within the veil. Questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. I'm telling you. You got the love is 128, so December 8th could be important. January 28th. Maybe January 1st or November. I didn't see what page the thin veil was. The thin veil is 86, so August 6th could be important. Maybe January 4th. January just might be important to you specifically. But okay, you got the love. The Hadarians, I think I'm saying that right, are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love who see love in all people and situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, interdependent, healthy relationships because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. They're here to learn how to love while in a separate body, to learn to love the self first and then establish healthy relationships with others. To remember that love they seek is already within them. They truly do have all the love on all their own. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common for Starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you gave more than you received, or perhaps there's a certain vitality to it and you're always unsure where you stand. This card is assigned to do a relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made, consciously or unconsciously. To acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless, in which you don't feel like it's safe to relax and just be you. To assess if there are any places of inadequacy that you've used to use the relationship to soothe and cover up. Starseed Soul Inquiry. Do you lose yourself in relationships? If so, how? How can you develop a deep love for self? Yeah, because I remember saying how maybe you ran into an old friend and you used to do specific things with this friend, right? And that could be with any energy in your life. You could have been very dependent on specific things because they felt good in the moment. Like I said, instant gratification. But because it made you feel good in the moment doesn't mean it's healthy for you. Doesn't mean it's good for you, right? Oh, okay. Lifting the veil. Things aren't always as they seem. This era is one of uncovering mistruths so we can remember ancient truths. Everything is in a state of recall and realignment. Anything that isn't in harmony with the planet will not survive. This goes for society and the world at large as well as in our own lives. If you pull this card, you're being called to energetically scan your life for things that may no longer be a vibrational match for who you are and how you've grown. To dismantle the system and ways of being that once served you and others but no longer do. Some starseeds are here to lift the veil between the seen and unseen worlds, to shine a light on things that are inauthentic or unaligned with the survival and well-being of Earth, to stand for and protect those who don't have a voice, to look deeper and question everything that previous generations did not. Some starseeds cannot tolerate things that aren't congruent. They're here to bring society and humanity back into harmony with the planet and the Creator at large. If we tolerate things in our own life that aren't aligned and congruent with it, we add to the misalignment of the planet. You're being called to trust yourself. Notice what's out of alignment and then take the baby steps to required to bring it back into harmony. This is no easy feat, but it's so worthwhile, both individually and for the planet. Starseed Soul Inquiry. What is growing in your life? How are you being called to bring it back into harmony? I feel like that was pretty perfect for this reading. Advice for Scorpio? Advice? Like I was telling Cancer, the readings have been so deep lately. Balance spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. We have your dreams need a practical plan, a time for healing, hold your vision, and you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Conclusions are within reach, and a win-win outcome is forecasted. Full moon in Libra. You're very close to achieving your goal. Right. If you're new here, I usually read these as self-love, but we'll see what comes out. Advice for Scorpio. Advice. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Chemistry. There's strong magnetic attraction here. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning. I keep getting that. I feel like this energy is coming back to get you to step into an old way of being, and you could be battling yourself with that. I really, like, some of you are dealing with the energy like that. Some of you is like something within yourself. But for some of you, it's an energy coming back. Because didn't I say that you might get a random message from somebody that you weren't expecting? I did say that in the beginning. Some of you are like dealing with someone from your past, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. It could be somebody platonic, maybe even like a family member you haven't seen in a long time that you used to do things with, right? Like, you're dealing with someone who's trying to get you to go back to the past and how you used to be, and you're just not that version of yourself. So it's kind of feeling like a battle. Like, should I go ahead and do it? Should I go drink it with them? Should I do this? Should I go, I don't know, drag race? I don't know why I keep getting that. Like, like y'all in the Fast and Furious or something, but it's that type of energy. Something that felt good to you before, and it just isn't the same now. It's either somebody coming back to do that, or something reminds you of that, or it's something like that. Advice for Scorpio Spirit. Advice. We have Serendipity, number 18. Yin and TikTok. On the bottom, we have exchanging gifts. It's been a minute since I had a lot fall out. Serendipity, number 18. Perhaps you felt almost certain that serendipitous events were meant to lead to something better. It was supposed to be the perfect business, or that person you gave your heart to was supposed to be the one. Yet it all fell apart. Consider this. Sometimes synchronicity and serendipity come together to lead you directly into difficulties in order to deliver an important lesson you need to learn before you hit the jackpot. Don't get caught up in the drama of disappointment. There really is a silver lining in this cloud. Spirit always knows what you need and is guiding you to where you are meant to go. Pay attention to the signs presented to you. And then we have Yin, the feminine energy in reverse. Do you have trouble receiving? You stop the flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. You can't always lead, always give, always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel, the one who receives the gift, gesture, or offer in equal measure. Open up and let love, life, abundance, and spirit fill you. Without demand or expectation, just receive the bounty that is yours. I think Cancer got that too, if I remember correctly. Alright, and then we have TikTok number 30. Timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order were happening now, in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your needs to shape each moment to your expectations. Knowing what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. Advice for Scorpio within the next few months. Forgiveness. Some of you could be recovering from like alcoholism, drug addiction. Only take that if it resonates. Ask your angels for help. We have unlikely. And that could be what this is, but that just came to me just now. We have listened to your intuition and not the right time. Ooh, on the bottom we have romance. Okay. Last one, Scorpio. I almost called you Sagittarius. Maybe you're dealing with a Sagittarius, or have heavy Sagittarius placements and need to watch that reading. I did Sagittarius a while ago, so I don't remember what the reading was about. Affirmation of advice for Scorpio spirit. Thank you for all your messages today. Alright, you have a couple. We have, I allow myself to receive. I honor the divine energy that is money. I am more than enough. On the bottom, we have, honoring my boundaries is not selfish. Alright, Scorpio. I hope this reading helped. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe. Don't remember if I said this in the beginning, but my website is up. So if you guys feel called to book a personal reading with me, you totally can. You guys stay safe. You guys stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here with me.